back to Toy Foolery, and today we're taking a look at the McFarlane Multiverse Steel. Is this Man of Steel as good as the other Man of Steel that I have? Stay tuned to find out. So I'm a huge fan of Steel. John Henry Irons, aka the Man of Steel, another one of the Supermen that emerged when Superman died, quote unquote, because DC doesn't know how to kill characters, and no one in their right mind will kill Superman. He's a cash cow. But we did get cool characters like the Superboy from that time, the Eradicator, and the Cyborg Superman, and of course John Henry Irons. So I'm excited to see how this toy stacks up. I actually have quite a few Steels, and let's see if, you know, I could take one of them down from my shelf and replace it with this. But before we do that, let's see if this box is better than your mom's. This box better than the box he was held in. And McFarlane does not do well with boxes. So on the front open window, we see John Henry Irons with his hammer. We see, I don't know what that is, but DC Universe Infinite logo on the side. Probably have to check that out. Some cool artwork of John Henry Irons on the back as Steel from the Reign of the Supermen. Steel, Reign of Supermen on the side. And that's that. Not super impressive. This box is straight trash. You would have to definitely dump this girl if this was her box. So let's see what's in the box, and hopefully it makes up for it.
Oh, what's in the box?
And in the box we have Steel, his trusty hammer, the ordinary and regular McFarlane stands that we get with every single toy that McFarlane makes, and the Steel card. What's in the box definitely would have got you shot in the head. This is very disappointing. I don't understand, like, why is this acceptable? I get it, it's a $20 toy, it's not as expensive, but even Marvel, being $5 more, actually gives you way more accessories. And if I don't have the words to describe how disappointed I am that all I get is his hammer and the figure. Can I at least get punching fists? Can I get some blast effects for his gun? Can I get rocket boosters for his feet? Can I get something other than just the toy and the hammer? It can't be that hard. I know, I understand the idea of production. I understand that it costs a lot of money to make accessories, especially if they're going to be one-off accessories. But I think some of the accessories you can reuse. I don't think I think you're in this whole mind frame of, hey, we're trying to be one-off use. We're not trying to have a bunch of molds that we'll never use again. I think that you need to get inventive. I'm not saying, hey, have the magic effect that every single Marvel character has, or the sparkle effect that every single Marvel has, but just a general boot blast that can be used with, like, the Batman Beyond for flying, or for Steel for flying, or a lot of characters who don't actually fly on their own. That's, I know, blasphemous, but it is, I'm disappointed by what's in the box. So let's check out the design. Hopefully it makes up for it. So here we have Steel, and this is a very interesting choice, and I say choice because I'm assuming they made this decision. But if you look at the body, there are splotches of blue paint all over the body and the thigh, just in random spots. I'm not sure if this thing was blue and they painted silver on it. Probably not. It's probably silver, and they intentionally put these blotches of blue to make it kind of look like a shiny Steel. It doesn't. It just looks cheap. That's really disappointing. If you wanted to look like steel, then make it a shiny metal. Make it silver looking, not this dull silver they have. You can do Vaxil. You can do all kinds of things. This is just really bad looking. I do like the sculpt on the face. It does give you the look for John Henry Irons that you expect. Kind of the mean looking face with the rivets on. So that's really cool. I'm not a fan of the logo in the middle. The logo should be similar to the head where it's riveted on, not what that is. So like basically you should see rivets throughout his entire body, and you do not. Yeah, this is not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting a much better steel for the weight that I had for steel in general. Let's see how he looks compared to some other steels and to Superman for scale wise, to see if how that works. 1 second as I search my pile of junk for one of my Supermen. I mean, I wish he was a little bit bigger, just a little bit, not a lot, just that extra a 1/4 inch more would have made a big difference in how he scales to the other characters. Even if I straighten out his legs, yeah, he's just a little bit taller than Superman. I'm not sure how tall they have Superman listed, but I know how tall John Henry Irons is, and he's, like I said, this is a tad bit smaller than what I expected. Let's see. Let's look at the squatting and see if we can squat in superhero land. So steel has enough articulation to kind of get away with a superhero landing or a squat pose. He has the double jointed elbows, not pinless, because McFarlane does not give a crap about pinless. Swivel in the bicep, shoulders can go up so high. They did not compensate for the fact that his shoulder pads would be stopped by his cape. Might have hoped they had a soft goods cape. Can kick up, not too high. His leg is fighting me. Don't fight me. Kick up that high, so his diaper is actually hindering his motion. Butt cheek fell out his diaper. In fact, I just stretched out the diaper doing that. That's not good. His thighs are super long. Is that how they snuck in his height? By making his thighs that's how they snuck in his height. They made his thighs disproportionately to the rest of his legs. Interesting. Didn't notice that before, but his thighs are actually longer than the rest of his body, and that's how they got that extra 1/4 inch to kind of get him the height. They probably should have just stretched. I guess they didn't. The torso is probably reused from something, and they just kind of put a new decal on it. That's fine. Just kind of sneaky to kind of. This is how you get the length you're looking for. Double jointed knees, no cut in the thigh, so he's not going to get much motion there. He has a pivot in his foot, and it can rock back and forth. He has toe articulation, and he has a little bit of give in his torso. He can lean back that far, can't lean back that much. Lean forward that much. So, can he squat? Absolutely not. His diaper that I just ruined is stopping that motion. If you look right here, I just stretched out his diaper trying to bend his legs. So he won't be able to get in a squat position. He won't be able to do a superhero landing position. You can get him into some regular poses with his hammer. I have to add heat to his hand because his hand won't budge at all when I try to get the hammer in it. That's fine. Let's talk about the money. So, when it comes to money, this guy was only $20. Don't pay more for him than $20. If you give him a discount, God bless you. But he's not worth anything higher than $20. Do not pay secondary market prices for this thing. Even if you're a fan of steel, you might want to just save your money up and get the Mafex steel. More accessories, better sculpt. Even though the scaling is going to be off compared to the other multiverse, it's just a better steel in general. Give me a second. Let's go look at my Mafex steel and my other steel that I have. I did not get to take my Mafex steel out yet, so that one is still in the case. But once again, multiple faces. Instead of going for a fake bluish hue to steel, they actually they gave you kind of a Vaxil metal steel to it, so that's a little bit better. Soft goods placate, blast effects for his feet so he can fly. Amazing. Multiple hands and different attachments for the hammer so that you can make it longer if you need be. Way better toy. And this is the original steel that I had on my shelf for a very long time. Scale wise, horrible, but the design on this toy is phenomenal. And as you can see, Mafex and this, I forget what model this is, I have to go look it up, but like I said, I bought it a long time ago. This version is still, both have the same cues when it comes to the design for steel. They took different effects on how it looks. As you can see, this steel is a more gunmetal steel with highlights on the metal for the frame of him. This is very similar to the Mafex, where this, the McFarlane, kind of goes for the same color throughout, and the only difference is in the logo, which, like I said, is the McFarlane toy is actually far away from the others, but it's the largest one. And at the 7-inch scale, if you have 6-inch scale Supermen and all the stuff, that would be phenomenal. But we don't. We're all leaning into the Superman that we have. So yeah, I'm not a fan of design. I love the face on it. The face is, that is probably the best face we got out of the 3 steels that I have. But body wise, well, also the best body because it just has the most height. But design wise, it fails when compared to the other 2. I prefer the Mafex blue metal look. I also prefer the gunmetal of this design, even though this is a way cheaper toy, a much older toy. But both of these look way better than steel does, even though this is the proper scale and it has a better face. In fact, it's very odd, but if you look at the box art, the box art looks very similar to this steel in coloring. As you can see, it's the gunmetal steel with the Superman logo in the middle, and the Superman logo is a plate that's on the body, not some weird. Yeah, I'm not sure where they got the inspiration from. Can someone in the comments let me know, like, hey, where is this steel from? Because I'm not sure where the design came from. It looks like they tried to do an interpolation of what they want steel to look like, and they failed. They failed horribly. If you're a fan of steel and you have a bunch of 6-inch figures that this is going to blend it with, absolutely get it. But if you're not a fan of steel, keep waiting till we get a way better version. I appreciate you checking the video out. I'll catch you in the next one. Pigface Mickey out.